Okay, students of grade 8 for our second session with the light board sessions or syllabuses sessions. Our session today will be based on chapter 8, agreement of subject and verb. And the main point for this lesson, or the first part of this chapter, that the subject should agree with verb or with its verb in number. Take care with this term, which is the word number. Number here in this chapter means or indicates to whether the subject is singular or plural, even the verb. We have the first rule here that singular subjects take singular verbs. For example, my cat has long tail. Rule number 2. Here we can find before number 2 that the subject for this sentence is a cat. Cat is a singular noun, so it takes a singular verb, has. Rule number 2. For sure, plural subjects take plural verbs. For example, here I'll try to write the subject this time in plural form. So it's gonna be cats have long tails. Or fairy tales. It could be instead of long, could be fairy tales. Here the subject is plural. Cats as nuts. And the verb should agree with the subject here in number. It means that the verb must be in plural form, so I write the word have. And take care with this special rule, which is for verb phrase. So a verb phrase. Or we can write in a verb phrase instead of this. Yes, in a verb phrase. The first helping verb should agree or agrees with the subject in numbers. And number 4, this is a special rule, or for example, we can give an example. We can say that he is running so fast. So here the subject is he, it's a singular pronoun, and the verb, or here we have verb phrase, is running. The first verb only. Another example, if I say, they have been studying for 3 hours. So the same example, but here the subject, the pronoun or plural pronoun they, it's a plural form, and the first verb only, or the first helping verb here, we have verb phrase, have been studying, the first one only agrees with the subject, so we write or choose the plural form from the verb, which is the word have. Okay, so what are the expected problems for the agreement between the subject and the verb? The first problem here mentioned in your lesson, that is, so let's write the first problem, problem number 1. It said that the number of the subject is not changed or even affected attached phrases or clauses. So I think that we need example for this problem, that the number of the subject is not changing or affected anymore by any attached phrases or clauses. Just right here, the word clauses, excuse me. Example for this. When I say the distance between the two spots is so long. So here I think that we have two confusing words. Which one is the subject? Distance or spots? As you know, we have always said that the subject of the sentence can't be part of the preposition phrase attached to the first word. So here we have to drop between the spots, and the subject is going to be distance, this is the subject, and the verb is. So here distance as a singular subject, and the verb here should be also singular. We have another example, if we can say that. Jane's father, who has three great companies, is one of the most predominant businessmen in our city. So here the noun clause doesn't affect the number of the subject. But we still have other problems, as you know, for this lesson, which is problem number 2. The indefinite pronouns. And this is a good question. You know the indefinite pronouns. What are indefinite pronouns? Back to chapter 2, indefinite pronouns. It's type for pronouns. We have 7 different types of pronouns. Indefinite pronouns are pronouns that indicate or they do not indicate or even refer to a specific place, person, or thing. So what's going to be the subject, one of those indefinite pronouns? How could we set the number for this pronoun? Is it singular or plural? This is a good question, and to cope with this problem, how could we solve this problem? How could I decide, is it singular or plural? We divided the indefinite pronouns, and we have about 26 indefinite pronouns, as you know, so it's a large number. How could I recall all of them? So we've had something nice. We divided them into 3 groups. So the first group for indefinite pronoun, singular indefinite pronouns. And the second group, we have a set of indefinite pronouns that are always plural. And the third one, which could be singular or plural indefinite pronouns, and we will explain how to differentiate between them or decide whether is that singular or plural. So the third type, it could be singular or plural indefinite pronoun. If we draw a chart here for this, those are all the indefinite pronouns. And we can divide the 3 groups here. Okay, so this could be group number 1, and this group number 2, and the third one for sure would be the group which could be singular or plural. So the first one, which is singular indefinite pronouns. Here we have the largest number of indefinite, or most of the indefinite pronouns are singular. Well, how could I recall them? You know the compound indefinite pronouns like words, every one, everybody, everything. And we have also no one, nobody, nothing. We have somebody, someone, something, and the word any with all the attached words, body, or thing, anyone. Moreover, so you have to know that all of the compound indefinite pronouns that are just or consist of two words, like everyone, no one, somebody, all of them are singular all the time. Besides, we have 4 words here, plus 4 separate words, which are each, the pronoun each, one, neither, either. So the first group here are always singular and definite pronouns. Example for the first group, I say that no one enters a stadium due to COVID-19 precautions. This is could be an example for one of the compound indefinite pronouns. Another one, each of the boys wears his helmet. So here we could note that we have each. Each is always singular indefinite pronoun. So no need for the preposition phrase. If someone will say boys, Mr. here, it's plural, no way. So each is singular, so the verb must be singular. And for the first one, no one singular, and the verb also here, it's singular. What about the second part or the second group? The second group, we have 4 indefinite pronouns that are always plural. So those are plural indefinite pronouns. And we have 4, and you can keep them easily. So the first one, both, few, many, some. They are always plural, and for example, for the second group, group 2, we can say both of the girls make delicious cake. So both here, always singular, and the verb here, we could find that the verb make also plural form. So it's a plural form pronoun and plural form for the verb. The troublesome third and definite group, which could be singular or plural. We have here 6 troublesome indefinite pronouns, so that could be singular or plural. All, any, more, most, none, and some. You can find that 2 of them start with letter A, 2 with letter M, and none, some. But how could I decide? You said that here it could be singular or plural indefinite pronoun. So how could I decide? I'll give you an example and try to explain for you how could you differentiate between them. When I say most of the test is easy. Most of the questions are easy. The same pronoun here, it's singular. And the second example is plural. So what is the difference between 2? The answer, yes. The object of the prepositional phrase. So what or which part in the sentence decide whether is that singular or plural? The object of the prepositional phrase after it. So here it's a singular, and the verb it's going to be singular. And for the second one here, most of the questions, it's a plural form, and the verb here is plural form. And finally, I hope that I could give a hand for you to understand this lesson. Wish for you all the best and good luck for the upcoming exam, and goodbye. See you.